Hey everybody, welcome back to Land Shark Garage. This episode, we need some help. We really need some assistance. Here we go. So as you know, we've been working on the 3+3 and we really need some help figuring out how to evict this big bitch, because it's just not getting out of here. And as you can see, summer's finally here in South Dakota. So let's do a walkabout and talk about and see what we can figure out. Finally nice enough that a guy can get the Crocs out and feel comfortable. No, I'm just kidding. I wear Crocs year round. Don't let anybody tell you any different than that. So let's take a stroll back to the old 92 GMC. Talk a little bit about that to begin with, because we didn't really get a chance to talk about this when we went and recovered it. 92 GMC long box 2-wheel drive, 305 700 R4. Got some problems right here. Our plan for this is to pull this seat out of here and put it in the 49 before we leave for back to the 50s. So we're gonna have to clean that up, put a seat cover on it, do all that stuff, and then we're gonna pull the 305 motor 700 R4 out of it and use it for another project, maybe the 62. We're not sure. We're still kicking around ideas. The rest of this, I got a guy that's going to take it off my hands because I don't need the rest of it. But for right now, it's sitting here until we can get the motor pulled out of it. This episode was supposed to be a local car show that has always been kind of cool, that takes place in the springtime, early car shows, but it got rained out, so we didn't really have any content to put together. And we started doing second channel stuff. You know what I mean by second channel stuff. We don't have a second channel, but second channel to us, when we refer to second channel stuff, it's honey-do list stuff. So we did some planter boxes so we can raise some maters and peppers and make some salsa. Got the hideout whooped together, did some spring cleanup stuff. Did a little work on the lawn. Marveled at how beautiful this 62 Bel Air is and how bad we got to get rid of them Kragers. And I don't think they're going to fit on my trailer, but the tires will. So 68 is out and running. We did some horrible construction work here and got the old L120 John Deere ready to mow the lawn. While I had the Bobcat over here, I moved this 7.5-inch rear end that we're hoping to put in the 49 before the back to the 50s. We'll see about that, but we're not very many weeks away from the back to the 50s car show. So I think in the past I told you that this was a 8.5-inch rear end out of a 96 ZR2 S10. It is in fact a 7.5-inch rear end. I noticed that when I was moving it. It's got the little fangs here. 8.5's got drop downs. They're squared off, kind of like the top. On the bottom, these little fangs tell you it's a 7.5, but it's a posi. I think it's got 373s in it, disc brakes. The nice thing about the ZR2 rear end is that it's wider, and we've got spacers on the 49 right now, and it still rubs on the inside, and you can see how that tire just doesn't come out as far as we want it to. So our plan now for the 49, we were going to put that motor together that we have to get it ready to go back to the 50s, but we're just gonna let this motor take one more trip to the cities for us. It's leaking oil. We're going to address that. We're going to put a new starter in it. These wheels that are on here, they're nice, but these little 4-inch choppers up front, not the most comfortable thing to ride down the road. They do have just a little bit of dry rot, so we got out our standby red rallies with the dog dishes. We're going to repaint these before we put them back onto a Victory Red, Chevrolet Victory Red, which is a little brighter red. And we'll put them in there. We'll clean up some oil leaks on this, get it ready to go to Minneapolis for back to the 50s, and not have to have the extra stress of building a new motor for it. Knowing we've got that for everything and we have plenty of projects to put it in, it's not really going to be a big problem for us. This has been a really good motor that was in here. Let's take a look at it. It's always good to take a look at stuff, right? You know, it's got all the good stuff. Flexi hose, headers, but small block Chevy. Yet to be determined if it's a 350 or a 307. I keep avoiding looking at that plate to see what it is. So it's got some oil leaks, got a little blow by. It's got good oil pressure though. When you run it, it idles at 40 pounds of oil pressure. I'm hoping that this master cylinder will work with that disc brake setup that we got on that ZR2 if we get that put in here. And we're hoping to do that, but you just never know. Sometimes life gets in the way, and we've made a decision that if we can't get a video out every week, that's fine. We'll do what we can do when we can do it. This thing starts horribly, so it does need a starter. Hopefully I don't have to put a flywheel in it, but if I do, we'll do that. Like I said, we'll get these red rims back on here and keep doing what we're doing. One of our other second channel projects is I love that. We're gonna move this shed down where the camper is there, and we're definitely going to be videotaping that because we're just gonna try and lift it up and carry it like the Amish do with their barns. We'll just come right out through the fence here, right down the hill and over there, so we have some place to put the lawn tractor and lawnmower and stuff like that. Got another planter up there if you see it. We did some work on our deck. We've had some family stuff to do, so when they canceled the car show, we put it in get ready for summer, so we don't have to keep scrambling to get ready for summer. Got some grass down, stuff like that. So anyway, let's get back to this thing. Tire's a little squishy. We're real close to done with this. I mean, we're so close. We just gotta, but we might not even finish the body work. We might just put it in primer and get it out of here and finish the body work when it's outside, so that we can get our other projects in and work on them. Most everything in the back of here has someplace else to be. Okay. Exhaust pipe, that's for the 62 Bel Air when we decide to put a motor in that. All the rest of the boxes up front are parts and pieces for the 350. Full set of brand new heads here. Pistons are sitting here on the rods ready to go, covered up. So when we made the decision to not throw together that motor and take our time putting it together, we'll just put this stuff on the back burner and keep working on this in the 49. There's always something to do once we can get this thing out of the garage and not have to be moving around it all the time. This is a spot where a bigger shop would be great, but just some body work to work on there and here. Little things. We'll be driving this before too long. Our biggest issue with this has been getting the doors to be doors, to stay in there. We, having never adjusted doors and trying to get okay gaps, trying to get okay body lines, when you're using two doors that don't belong on it. It's mind numbing. And if you have a good tip for how to do that, there's not a lot of coverage on the internet for mounting used doors or mounting doors back on. So got all four doors on. Got to put this fender back on, hood on. We'll be ready to go. The other day, Mortsky stopped by with Duff so Duff and Jake could hang out a little bit, and we sat and talked about ADs and talked about his car, his truck Reggie, and the differences of his front end versus our front end, and how we did this and plans he's got for his. And I brought this up to him about these doors. Our biggest problem was we can't get the doors to latch and stay. And after watching some YouTube videos and talking to Mortsky, we figured our biggest issue is the new weather stripping door seals that we got from LMC. And there's several videos out there about not doing this with new door seals on it. And our door seals were all installed. So he had a tip. And I hate to admit it, but it makes sense. Instead of taking the door seals all out again and trying to put them back in, he suggested that we put the doors on, take the strikers off, and put ratchet straps in to suck these doors in where we want them. So we got this ratchet strap set up here that goes around the top of the door. We've got a ratchet strap on each door holding it together, Mrs. Landshark.
I just need some lime juice.
We got these all put in there and tightened up, and it's the best the damn doors have looked since we started messing with it. So we're gonna leave this strapping setup alone for like a week and see if that'll compress that weather stripping, or the seal around the door enough that when we put our strikers back in and start to do our adjustments, we're not fighting it. I mean, I'm telling you, this door was sitting out, you could stick your fingers in there without, because it was the seal holding it out. There was nothing that caused that other than the seal that we can see, because I mean, this door in itself has been on and off at least 10 times in the last 2 weeks, and we just didn't feel like making content about it because it was so frustrating trying to get everything to line up. So if you've dealt with that, drop a comment below and tell us what you did, or how you got things to line up. The back doors, we're pretty happy with how they're lined up. They don't got the greatest gaps in the world, but you know what? They open and they close, and they're going to seal up when we're driving down the road, and it's going to have blue doors on it, so a little door gap. I don't need them kind of people mocking what we're doing. Show me what you do, I'll show you what I do. Like Freiberger says, don't get it right, just get it going. So that's what we're doing right here, is trying to get these doors to settle in on the seals and make things happen. We'll get this thing out of here. Here's that cherry red I was talking about. Just, it's a little shinier than the red that was on the rims before. I like that with the red rims. I'm back and forth a lot, but after Mortsky pointed out the weather checking in them wheels, they got to go. So that's where we're at. Really appreciate you following our channel, helping us grow, and we got to get them door panels in yet. Oh, another thing, let's talk about that. worst thing in the world, and I haven't fixed it yet. You know how many times I've poked this into my arm? This is just madness. Why wouldn't a guy have little chrome covers back on there instead of tearing things up all the time? But I think I can get one more ratchet out of this. Oh yeah. Seeing it. God, I think this is going to work. I really do. But like I said, if you got a tip on a good way to do this, or how you did it, put in the comments down below, because I'm very interested in that. The LMC box over there's got new hoses for the fuel fills. When I got them up there, I saw how weather checked they were, so I got to get them put on sometime too. But we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna start working on the 49 to get it ready for back to the 50s, because that's our next big thing that's coming up. And in the meantime, we'll keep you posted. I know a lot of people have talked about Brent at Half-Ass Customs and the fire he had up there while he was down at the car show in Austin, and it's just, I can't imagine what that would be like. All the stuff that we've got in here, and to have, you know, something like that happen to this, your bread and butter, basically. I mean, I feel for them. He's got a long road ahead of him to get everything back up and running, but he's real optimistic, and that's awesome. So never forget, drive your shit. We'll see ya. And I gotta get this thing evicted from here. Jay.